Okay, hey guys, let me know if you can hear me and see me. It has been forever since I've streamed, so I'm terrified that something is going to go wrong. I have not streamed in 2017, I don't believe. It's probably been at least 3 or 4 months. How's it going, everyone? James, Arslan, Zakman, Codex, Haas, Tim, Kibbins, Scott, Lados, Abscience, Jack. Hello to everyone. Glad you could make it. Impromptu stream. It is Tuesday, March 21st, almost 2 o'clock p.m. U.S. Central Time. Audio, video good? All right. Let's do this. How many viewers do we have? I can't even tell right now. My streaming setup's a little weird compared to usual. But I think, judging by the number of comments we got going, faster than I can keep up with, for sure. This is looking promising. All right, you know what? Let's just start a game right away. This is going to be a real fast stream, guys. I know I've said that in the past, and I end up streaming for like 2 hours or something, but I have somewhere to be at the top of the hour. I've got a school I'm coaching at, so I'm going to have to run in about 45 minutes. But let's play Magnon in a 3-minute game and see what happens. 208 viewers. That's awesome. Playing the Slav. Bishop f5. Got to keep the pace going. This is 3-minute. Got to just whip off the moves. Less talking, less thinking, more automatic movements. Okay, queen there. Queen e7, queen a5. Let's go queen e7. Defend the bishop. If knight a2, I'll pull the bishop back to d6, I think. Maybe a5. Now I like this move. This seems solid. Keep the bishop anchored on b4. This is a quintessential Slav idea. Now this seems appropriate. Do a little prophylactic move. Just so that he can't play e4 and hit my bishop with tempo. He can try to go after the light square bishop now, knight e5 or knight h4. That's what I would strongly consider if I were white. Instead, he wants this guy. Okay. Okie doke. Now, I want to develop, but I don't want to lose b7. But you know what? I'm not even sure he can take it. I'm going to dare him to take it, because this seems interesting. So if he takes, his queen is going to be kind of cut off. Yeah, he doesn't bother taking it. That's probably wise. Let's go here now. I like my position. Managed to trade off the dark square bishops. We got a good structure. That's what you're usually working with out of a Slav. Maybe e5. He's going to try to bring his knight to c4. He might. Yeah, he might do that. Let's play knight d5 instead. Knight c4, I think I can always play b6 if necessary. He wants that. Let's go here. So now if knight c4, I'll just swap it off. How's it going, Dan? Good to see you in the chat. Let's take this guy. Really want to strike with e5. Usually in the Slav, you're looking to get a pawn break like that in at some point. E5, you can play d5. But I think I'm fine with that, so let's do it. I'm thinking d5, knight f6. And say, if you want to take on c6, that's fine, because I'm going to have pressure against e4 and also b2. Maybe c6 is weak, but this is just a blitz decision, basically. Okay, take, or rook d8. Rook d8 looks fine. Keep the pressure on d5. Thank you, DJ Eddie. I actually trimmed it recently, so it's not coming in as full as it was before, but still working with the beard. Beard game strong. Okay, queen b6. I think I got to take here on d5. Don't think there's much else to think about. So let's capture this guy. Knight takes d5. Does he have any tricks? Not that I see. Any back rank ideas? I hope not. He's probably going to play rook c7. He does. Queen d6. Queen d6 looks good. Queen d6, he gets some play. But you know what? I think I'm going to let him take on e5 at the end, because I do get rook d1 in. Guess he can take on b7 at that point. But I still think he's got some issues. Yeah, I'm going to let him take on b7. Well, d1. How does he deal with bishop d3 then after that? That looks awkward. So in the interest of just playing something tricky. So he can do this move. Rook takes b7. I can't take it because I get back rank mated. It's very important. But I feel like after rook c8 or rook d8, probably rook d8, I should be solid. He doesn't even go for it. Okay. So now we probably want a Luft move. Let's do this one. I think he's going to go rook b3. No, he wants the freedom right away. Let's go here. If he takes, I take with the pawn, or with the rook rather, and I'm attacking his b2 pawn. I'm a little bit down on time, so I got to hustle. What? Can't I do this move now? What are you doing about bishop d3, buddy? This bishop seems dead to me. I guess he can play rook d8 and try to pin. Tactically, I don't think that should work for him, however. Yeah, he just resigned. All right, we take the first game. Good start. Good start to the stream. Hey, David. How's it going? My Chessable co-founder, David Cramley, is in the chat. Hello to him. Glad you could make it. He has a YouTube channel of his own, although I think he's been pretty lazy in posting. Lazier than me, even. Really glad to hear that, Joel. I don't think it was all me having to do with your improvement, because you're still the one playing the games, but I appreciate you saying that. Thanks, Let's Talk Cricket. Hi, Christian. Just wanted to do this stream today because I want you guys to know that I haven't forgotten about you. I love connecting with you guys. I know I don't often have the time to respond to all the YouTube comments I get, but I like doing these streams because, as you can see, so many people just show up and enjoy watching me play and explain and hanging out with other like-minded chess individuals. Back from the dead, that's right, Daniel. The rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated. So, what have I been up to lately? I've played a couple tournaments. I played that Minnesota Open a month ago, almost exactly a month ago, as I've already described in some of my recent videos. And this past weekend, I played in the Minnesota Closed Championship. And that's why I didn't really post this last week or so. I was getting ready for that. And that was a tough tournament. It was a 6-player round robin. And it had the guy in my thumbnail, Andrew Tang. You might know him as Penguin GM1. He's a prolific online player, extremely good in bullet, one of the best bullet players in the world, and an up-and-coming young player. He's 17 years old. I used to coach him. And he played in the tournament. So did defending state champion, international master Sean Nagel, who's a friend of mine. I'm going to go bishop e6 here, attack the queen, attack the pawn on a2 behind it. I think he has to play queen a4. So there were 3 IMs in the field, those 2 guys plus me. And I lost the first round game against IM Tang, which was a real bummer because in a 5-round tournament, 6-player round robin, so you play 5 rounds, that hurts your chances pretty bad if you lose your first game. I mean, you're not looking too hot after that. Let's go here. So I'm thinking maybe knight b6 at some stage. But then I managed to win my remaining 4 games. So I reeled off 4 victories in a row, including a final last round game against Sean Nagel, which was a pretty epic game. It was like 70 moves, and it was the last one in the tournament by a good margin. Went probably about 5.5 hours. And it was a great game. I really enjoyed playing it. It was fascinating. At various times, it was not clear who was pushing for the win. And eventually, I came away with the victory. So that propelled me into a tie with Andrew for first place in the tournament. So Andrew beat myself, and he also beat Sean, but he did suffer an unexpected loss to National Master Frank Johnson in round 3. So that enabled me to tie with Andrew. However, I did lose the Blitz playoff to him, unfortunately. To Andrew, that is. So he got the official title of Minnesota World Champion. That would be cool, but Minnesota State Champion. And I put official in quotes because, you know, he did legitimately win it, but it was a Blitz playoff. So even though we tied in the actual tournament with 4 out of 5, the Blitz playoff term determined who got the official title. So he won it. Youngest Minnesota State champion, I think, ever. I'm going to take here and then play rook c8, I think. I also have bishop back to d7. That might be best. Yeah, let's do bishop d7. Hit the rook. I want to go after this a4 pawn. And given that he beat both Sean and myself, I think he did deserve to win the title. But I was a little miffed that I didn't pull off the upset in the Blitz playoff. And I say upset because he's extremely good at fast chess, as I've already explained. But all those games are posted on Lead Chess. I'll even put the links in the description. They're on my Twitter, too, if you follow my Twitter. Okay, rook over here. So that rook is looking a little awkward. I want to attack it somehow, but bishop f6? Yeah, probably bishop f6. Not doing too bad time-wise here. So I'm trying to hound his rook so I can win the a4 pawn. Okay, now I can play e5 if I like. What are you doing about e5? Let's find out. So now if rook e4, there's bishop f5. So this rook is running out of squares. I think he actually has to sacrifice the exchange. There's no safe squares on the 4th rank that don't lose the rook somehow. Nor can his rook go to f5 or, yeah, he's just going to sack the exchange straight up. Probably put his bishop on b2 now. Okay, he's doing that. Okay. Yeah, that's probably a good move. I don't really want to lose this e5 pawn, unfortunately. I think I should defend this guy. So let's do that. I'll lose b7, but maybe I go rook b8 after that. So he's going to have a little comp. Queen c6. Queen c6 is tempting, just trying to trade. Yeah, let's do it. A little leery of knight jumps here. Like I had to calculate knight takes e5. I think I just trade on b7, then I take on e5. And I'm going to come away up a piece. So he probably just has to trade. And that's a big boost to my position. If I get the queens off there, it's unlikely I'm going to get mated on the dark squares. Yeah, and he just resigned. If bishop b2 here, I think I was going to play... Well, I can probably just take on a4, but like a good move might be to blunt the dark square bishop with f6, try to get 2 pawns connected on the same diagonal as that bishop, and then I can go about winning the a4 pawn. So that was a nice one. We got to chase the rook along the 4th rank, and he just didn't have an opportunity to save it. He was trying to save his a4 pawn, but yeah, his rook got caught in the process. I think I'm just straight up winning the rook here. If he plays rook e4, again, I have bishop f5. He can play rook h6, but then I can take on a4 unopposed. Thanks, Savik. I'm glad you have faith in me. So the next tournament I'm playing is a tournament in Charlotte, North Carolina. It starts next week. Interesting thing about this Charlotte tournament, so it's a 9-round Grandmaster Norm eligible tournament. I'm playing one of the chess bras. I'm playing Amon Hambleton, I think in the very first round. So you guys will be able to see the result of that game. I believe I have black. And yeah, round 1 on Wednesday evening. So a week from tomorrow. And I'm feeling pretty good. I played that Minnesota Open and the Minnesota Closed, and overall I'm feeling good about the way I'm playing. Trying to devote a little more time to studying chess, and hopefully that pays off sometime in the future. Okay, so knight d7. Always hard to say where you put the knight, e2 or f3, but this is not something I can really afford to think about in this fast of a time control. Let's go h3, just a useful move to control g4. If I were black, I would strongly consider g6 followed by bishop f5, try to swap the bishops. Yeah, it looks like he's going to do that. I could play g4 if I want to try to stop it, but I think I'm just going to play this position simple. I'm considering playing a quick b4. Might even do it right now. Yeah, if he takes on b4, I always have rook b1, and I'm going to go after that b7 pawn, so he's just going to allow me to push b5 if I want. Thing is, I might not want to do it quite yet. Let's just get the rook behind. Make a helpful move. Okay, now I'm going to navigate this knight into c5 and try to attack that pawn on b7. Let's pre-move this guy. Playing a slew of IMs already, 3 IMs. Bogdanov. Okay, or Bogdano, I should say. Let's go here. We'll go in anyways. Yeah, he defends. Knight e5 seems good. Battle of the Knights in the center. Let's get this over here. Thing is, it might be kind of tough to break through in the middle of the board, won't it? So he's okay with the swap. All right, I guess I'll take him up on that. Let's go a4. Yeah. So do I just run out of gas on the queen side? Well, let's pull this back. Give my knight the d3 square. That might be helpful. So his knight is on an excellent square. And these QGD structures, if black can get the knight to d6, that's often a nice situation for them. So let's go here. Now I'm threatening b5 using this pin on the queen, but yeah, he sidesteps that nicely. So I think I need my knight on c3, so I'm going to try to maneuver it around there to try to give more pop to the b5 break when it happens. I'm definitely looking to play b5. Well, actually, let's go here now. Let's just see what he does against that move. Okay, he defends that way. Let's go here. So, yeah, trying to send the knight in and then, again, play b5. It's a slow plan, but I don't see too many other plans that are decent here. Now b5 is on the agenda, so he's going to stop it. Okay, interesting. Let's maneuver back here. He's probably going to stick his knight in on c4 now. Now knight a3 is a threat, so I got to do something about it. Queen there. Let's go here. I know he can take a4, but kind of banking on the fact that he won't. Stop playing good moves, man. Okay, I got to hurry up, too. I'm down on time. So I'm trying to go knight c1 to d3 and into c5 eventually. That's such a long plan. Long-winded plan. Knight a3. Knight a3 is a nice shot here. Didn't see it. I think I can do this. Yeah. If he takes knight f4, hitting the queen, and then I can defend the h3 pawn. He'll still have that knight a3 shot. All right, John, focus. Let's do this. He can play g3. I should have seen g3. Definitely should have seen that one. Well, he took. Okay, that's helpful. Let's take here. Yeah, I think g3 would have been the move. There's a game, Kasparov Portish versus Kasparov, where that motif came up. Let's go here. Ooh, do I gotta be careful about my king? Do something, John. You don't have time to think about this. f3 maybe coming up. Nah, it's not a pretty move, though. Not a pretty move at all. I got to get at his king somehow here. I'm thinking take next. Take on b5. He's getting lower on time. All right, take. We got to invade. I'm happy he played rook e8. He took his rook away from the action. Let's go here. Okay, let's go here. h3 maybe? Nope. Trying to invade with my queen. Queen h3 coming next. We can take on f2. Oh, I won the queen. That was a big help. Go after that. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Did not see that he was going to play g4. Definitely was not expecting that. Check. Take that. Whew. All right. We got the victory right at the end. That was an ugly finish to that one. I feel like he could have killed me on the king side. I think if he would have played right at this moment, instead of taking on h3, if he would have played g3, that would have broke my structure. If I lose f2 or the f2 pawn has to move, then e3 is just chronically weak. So I was not liking the looks of that. If g3, knight f4, g takes f2 check. If I take with a rook, I lose b1. So let me just flick on the engine here. Don't know if you guys can even see that. Yeah, the move is blocked, but it's saying g3 right to the right of here, and it says black is ahead by over a pawn. Yes, what lovely technique. It was a perfectly played endgame, right? 3-minute chess. All right, let's keep going here. Like I said, Quickie stream today. We only got about a half hour left. Do I like Vishy? Vishy Anand is not one of my favorite players, but I definitely respect Vishy. Seems like a guy who is perhaps even a little underrated when it comes to modern chess players. Okay, I actually played the same system against Sean Nagel in the Minnesota Closed. in that decisive round. Knight f3 and then bishop g5. My strategy in that game was just to try to get some sort of playable position to grind out a win. I wasn't looking to refute his opening or whatnot. I just wanted something playable. That's it. Okay, let's play h3, just deny him g4. Sort of a helpful move. Let's see if he goes for e5. He may not. He's going to strike on the queen side instead. I think now probably queen c2. That's better than c1, clearly. Try to connect my rooks. Okay, c5 would be interesting here. I'm going to do it. So the point is, if he takes, I can take on e5. And which way to take? Let's take this way. And if he takes twice, he actually runs into knight c4. So fork on the queen and the rook. And now if queen c7, maybe I can play bishop f4. Maybe I don't even have to take it yet. Oh, he's going to sack his queen. Wow. Okay. And then bishop takes h3. Is that the idea? Gotta say, I didn't see this at all, but I'm skeptical as to whether this is good. So if I take, he takes g2 check. I sidestep with my king. That can't possibly work for black, right? There's not enough pieces in the action. Can also play f4 if I really want here. f4, take on g2, take. Up a full rook there. Yeah, f4 might be a little safer. I don't know if this move is strictly necessary, but I think it's fine to do this. There's up so much material when all is said and done. Let's take this way. Knight d5 is probably coming. King f2, I think. If he takes on b2, I have rook b1, and I'm going to go after b7. Ah, it's a good move. Didn't see that. Did not see that possibility. Huh. This knight is kind of messed up still, but can I trap it? I'm not sure. So take, check, here, take, save the bishop somehow. Nah, I'm not going to calculate that. Wish I would have seen that move, though. That's unfortunate. Okay, John, don't lose when you're up a billion points of material. Actually, I'm not even up that much material now, am I? I'm really not. Man. Okay. Can still play that annoying move. All right, I'm going to go here. I should probably put my bishop on e4 and try to attack c6, but I'm going to see where he puts his knight. Puts it there. All right, well, let's see if he takes this. I feel like I should be able to stop these 4 pawns somehow with all my pieces involved. That could be a good move, though. This pawn's running awfully fast, isn't it? Man, do I have to give up my rook for it? That would be really unfortunate. Oh, man. This is not good. I think I'm going to be just much worse now, if not losing. He's going to queen. Yeah, this should be losing. How to lose up a ton of material. A lesson by Finns. Also, I have no time to compound my problems here. Trying to get at f7 maybe, but I just let his pawn go forward. Oh, that game was ugly, folks. Well, I made a couple misjudgments. The first one was probably playing f4. I think if I just take on a8, I got to be completely winning. I just didn't want to allow rook takes g2 followed by like knight g4, but in reality, that should be absolutely nothing. Let's see how much the computer says I'm winning by right here. +5. Okay, I've lost positions that are higher than +5 before, so I guess I don't feel too bad. Yeah, knight takes a8 is the best move. So just knight takes a8, rook takes g2, king h1. Knight g4 looks a little scary, but I think I can just play like bishop e4. Huh. So surprisingly after f4, it's only +2, so that's not that much of an advantage. Yeah, and here, instead of taking the rook, I should actually just take the bishop. Yeah, I'm up a rook either way. But keeping that knight on b6 might be helpful because that does stop this mess of queenside pawns. So I can see why that would be good. This position's not so easy because black has how many pawns? What, 3 pawns for the rook? And after knight d5, he might be winning another one because e3 and b2 are under attack. I give my opponent credit. He found knight c3 right here. I was blindsided by that move. I thought I was just going to win now because if the bishop moves, I take b7. If he loses the b pawn, then his queenside mass gets split up, and I think I'll just win easily after that. But yeah, knight c3, point being if I take, he gives a check on d1, and black's probably just better there. So I fled with the rook, but now I'm way down on time, and I'm facing this crush of queenside pawns. My pieces look kind of ridiculous, especially the knight on a8. Thanks, Harry. Glad to hear that. So, yeah, this is a problem for me in the past. I sometimes try to win too cleanly, and I feel like f4 is an attempt to win the game without taking any risk. Whereas if I would have just played knight takes a8 and allowed rook takes g2, yeah, it looks scary for a couple moves, but we got to bear in mind that black is just down a grip of material here. Okay, let's do another one. John, where have you been? Well, I was just explaining this. You might have joined the stream a little late, but I've been playing a couple tournaments recently. Just busy with life, too. You know, it's tough, man. It's tough to find the time to stream and make videos constantly. I always enjoy it, though. Let's go queen here. So this is similar to that other game that I played. Let's play knight d7. Got my bishop liberated from the pawn chain, so this is good. I think here it's kind of tempting to take and then play knight e5. Yeah, let's do that. So we get this move in, and if he takes on d5, because his pawn is attacked twice, then I can take on f3 and mess up his structure. I'm behind in development on the king side, but I don't think that should matter. Let's take with this pawn. So now he's got this isolated d pawn. I think that's going to bode well for me. Let's just develop. Bishop e7 probably. d6 also looks fine, but I think e7 is a little safer. Okay, you're going to allow me to play d4. d4, knight a4, though, is your point. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's go queen c6. Castle. So, I don't want him to invade. So probably best to take and then just put a rook on c8, like so. You can take a7 at the end. Maybe that wasn't working for him. I don't know. Bishop d6 instead. Nah, this seems better. So control c7. I just don't want him to come in with his rook. Taking a couple moments to try to neutralize his play. And I feel like if the game slows down, I should be better because of that d pawn. So f4, a6 maybe? Let's go, yeah, a6, okay. I want to start getting my king over as well, so I'm thinking king f8, king e7, king d7 should be the plan. He doesn't have a whole lot to do, I think. His pieces look nice, but this is about the maximum they're going to achieve. Maybe knight b3 is what he'll do. All right, I think now I got to trade the rooks. Okay, let's get the king up a little bit. Play f6, just deny the knight, these squares. Get the king up some more. Get this around. This is just going to come down to technique, I think, guys. Who has the better technique? Let's give a check just to see what he does. Okay, now bishop e1 could always be a possibility. Let's play b5, though. Maneuver this. He wants to bring his knight to d4, I think. Bishop e1. Try to poke around on the king side. Covers against that. Okay. Let's go h5. Stake out some space. I want to put my knight on f5 now. Can maybe play g4 with tempo. I don't know. I'm trying to encourage him to weaken his structure a bit. g5, knight g8. f4 is now kind of loose. If knight d4, I think bishop c5. Though trading the b pawn for the f pawn might be a good deal for him. Maybe he should do that. I think he will. He doesn't. Okay. Okay, let's go b4. Let's go here. Oh, I got to watch that time. Not quite sure how to make progress in this position, unfortunately. Let's take that. Time. 18 seconds, not good. Play bishop e3 next. Get the king to d5. Now knight g6 is in the air. Move. Try to pick off his last pawn if I can. Now we're going to get king c4 in. Whoa. All right, now we're going to see if we can win this the old-fashioned way. Oh, boy. Oh, man. I don't think I'm going to do it. Oh, I just ran out of time at the end. I couldn't quite get the checkmate off. Okay, well, considering the position I had with about 30 seconds on my clock, that's okay. Too slow. That was an egregious decision by him to give up the bishop. I don't know if he was trying to play for a win or he just forgot that his bishop was hanging, but after king d5, clearly he should move the bishop. I do get my king into c4, and it's an easy draw if I eliminate his last pawn, because you can't claim a win on ICC with just king and bishop. So if I get his last pawn, I'm drawing the game. But yeah, when he did this, maybe I should be able to win with my, 3 seconds I had, but couldn't quite pull it off. Those are the breaks. Someone is spamming the chat. Thanks to Anton, one of my only mods, for cleaning up the chat. John, did you consider doing the Lee Chess 45 plus 45 tournament? You mean that league? Yeah, possibly. Yep. John, have you played much versus I.M. Esserman? Some Sicilian games there would be really interesting. Yeah, so Mark Esserman is an inventive player. Loves the Smith-Morra Gambit. He wrote a book on the Smith-Morra Gambit by Quality Chess. I own it. It's really good. He even personalized it for me. I played him one time, and it was a tournament, I think 2008 maybe, 2007. It was a Sicilian, actually. I played e4. I was on the white side of a Najdorf. And I won the game, but we have not played anytime recently. Let's go again. I think I'm going to play 1 or 2 more games. Did you ever play Jerry Chess Network? Yeah, played him a couple times. You know what? Well, let's play Scandinavian. Team Scandi. Come on, guys. Let's play the Queen A5 variation against Colchonero. Knight F6. Bishop out to F5. This is one of the main lines. Bishop D2, E6, Knight D5. Yeah, this is all theory. Bishop B3 now is the main move for white. Or you can also play C3. Yes. See how much I remember in this line. The idea of this move is that after bishop b3, you play bishop d3, and you try to switch the bishop to a diagonal where it stops white from castling short. It's kind of an unusual idea, but can hinder white's play. You get this structure a lot in this main line. Okay, bishop e7 or f5? I think bishop e7 is probably called for. Just cover f6 a bit better. Now let's go queen d5. This is a nice spot for the queen. And if he wants to avoid the trade, then maybe I'll castle queenside, put a rook on g8, and start trying to attack him. Definitely possible. And you know what? Let's do it. He's probably going to play b3 and kick my knight. Okay, so as promised, rook on g8, take aim against this pawn on g2. Let's go knight d6. Maybe playing around with queen e4 ideas as well. He's going to put his bishop on g3. Okay. Yeah, let's try queen here. If we go to this endgame, c3 could be a bit weak. And I really like this pawn structure in middle games and endgames for black. You can see that it controls just a ton of territory. Okay, bishop a3. Rook g4. Both candidates. Now let's put the bishop in here, see what happens. Just play a useful move just so b4 doesn't trap my bishop immediately. Bring this back. Maybe knight d2. You can play around with knight c4 plans. I'm going to reposition this guy. So I do have these doubled pawns, which is an annoyance. But I feel like I should have plenty of play nonetheless. Maybe a4 someday. Let's put the king on c7. He offers a swap there. I'm a little surprised by that, but okay. Let's play c5. Let's see what he's got against that. Okay, put the king on c6. He's going to switch his rook over there. That I did not see. Alright, I guess I gotta play a passive move for now. Not happy about having to play that move, though. Okay, well now I can take. I'm not sure he should have done that. He can take f6, but this is probably a favorable swap for me. Especially if I can win his c-pawn. There is that, though. Maybe I can still win it. We'll see. Rook b5, king c6. Yeah. Looks like I'll snatch it. Rook f3, take, rook b3, rook b4. I should keep the pawn. I think I will keep the extra pawn. And I'm ahead on time. Can't believe it. So this is what I was looking at. Now if I get this rook involved, like f5, and somehow bring the rook in after that, I should be good. Let's play h5. Thing is, it's hard to free my rook now, isn't it? It's a little tough to do that. I'm going to sack this pawn. If I want to play for a win, I think I got to give up my pawn somewhere. Okay, let's do it now. Wow, he doesn't take. Okay. It's unexpected. Let's go here. b5. Huh. Ooh, this is not going to work out for you, I don't think. Yeah, because I can block with rook b5 always. We go here first. Rook b8, rook b5. And he lost on time. Okay, so we take that one. All right, tell you what, guys. I'm going to do one more game, and then we're going to chat briefly, and I'm going to wrap this thing up. So I don't think he could afford to take the h-pawn there. After b4, he's got to bring his rook back to, like, f8. So rook f8, b3, and then start checking me. But it's tricky, very tricky to play in time pressure. Let's play an e4 game against Sakov. 22-31. Oh, and he wants a piece of the Scandinavian. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens here. Yeah, he plays the knight f6 variation, which is definitely possible. A lot of players prefer this line for black. Now it looks like an Alekhine's defense. I think the similarities are pretty apparent. I'm going to play h3 just to control the g4 square. Let's play bishop e2, just get ready to castle. I think d5 should be good. Huh. So I think he wants to put his knight on f5. An angle for the d4 square, perhaps. Let's go here just to try to disrupt his development. Maybe I can get him to play f6, which looks a bit weakening. It blocks his dark square bishop. I'm going to go here and try to follow up with this move. He can play e4, though. I think I moved a little fast there, but all right. This is probably still okay. Take. All right, so we might have to give up the dark square bishop, but hopefully this is all right. I think I'm going to get some nice play in the center. Knight g4, he can take it, so probably here. Try to push this knight around. Now knight g4? Yeah, let's do knight g4 now. Hit the rook. Got to defend this pawn, though. Or play c6. Continue pressing. Let's play b4. Try to keep the structure together. Yeah, look at that dark square bishop, though. That's a monstrous piece. It's hard playing against your own openings, guys. Even though he played knight f6 on move 2. It's not easy. There's always that psychological disadvantage of trying to refute your own openings, or feeling like you have to. Queen comes in. He's playing super duper active. So he probably should. Knight b5 looks critical. But after rook a2, he gets so much play. I don't like the look of that. But I think I have to try it. So rook a2, I'll put the bishop on f3. I'm just hoping I can control the dark squares enough to survive. We will find out. He's probably going to play bishop g3. No, bishop d4 check. Huh. Okay, but now I think I should just sidestep with my king. And how are you going to defend this guy? This guy is all-out aggression. Rook takes h3 is threatened. That is nice. Rook f4 I can almost play, but again, it loses. Okay, let's block with the rook. So I just want to win c7. Easier said than done. Okay, let's take. He's got rook d2 coming up. Probably should put the rook here then. Don't hurt me on the dark squares, please. Well, his bishop on c8 is buried at least, so at least that is not participating, but I have to be so cautious about my dark squares right now. My knight on d3 is doing good work. It's controlling f2, e1, etc. All right, well. Oh, knight e4 is coming too. Yikes. I think I got to take the risk. Let's do it. This is not a simple position at all. Pushing and praying right now. Threatening mate on g1, so got to cover. Let's get the bishop on a stable square. Bishop takes h3 doesn't win, fortunately. Now what, though? Can barely move here. All right, let's try to maneuver. Attack the bishop. Also, knight e7 is a threat. Really? Wow. Does that work? No way. d7. Just push. How am I not just winning here? Yeah, this is a complete win. Check. Threaten knight f5 mate. Not much he can do about that, actually. "18 seconds, but it looks like I'm going to take this one. Take on g4 next move. I can take any way I want here. Let's take with the pawn. That's a nice checkmate. Okay, so I survived. Wipe the sweat off my brow. That was looking pretty bad because when I gave up the dark square bishop, when he played e3, I knew I was going to have trouble with my king. You can see I've got a bunch of pawns on light squares here. And even though his bishop is blocked on g7, when he plays f5 or switches the bishop to h6, I'm in for some hurting. So yeah, I just had to defend, trading pieces. I don't think he should play knight f2. I thought he was going to go more so in the direction of knight g3. Because after this happens, I only have to worry about his queen-bishop battery, I feel. Well, that's not completely true. I also have to worry about bishop takes h3 ideas, but it seemed like when he did it, it just was unsound. That didn't work for him. Knight here, and he sacked away, but there's no follow-up. So, all right. Glad you could catch the stream, Bilal. That was a wild game. Yeah, knife f5 saved me in the end. Thanks, Alec. The Scandi is too solid, too balanced. It's an old version of the modern Berlin. I disagree a little bit. You can play the Scandi aggressively if you want, like this player did with knight f6 on move 2. Thanks for tuning in, Scott. Oh, is that the real Ben Feingold in the chat? America's most notorious grandmaster. You guys should check out Ben's channel. He's been posting a lot of videos lately. He reactivated his channel. If you watch my stuff and you're an avid follower of chess content, then you probably already know this, but he's been posting a lot, and he just played a tournament in St. Louis. I was following his videos and also the games, so go check it out. He explains chess better than really anyone else I know. You can just tell when he talks about the game, he always knows, how to distill the finer points of the game into a digestible level for anyone, really. Yes, I am. I am, Ben. I'm playing that tournament in Charlotte, North Carolina. I think there's 3 or 4 sections. So there's a GM norm section, and there's also, I believe, 2 other IM norm sections. So there'll be quite a few players playing there. Yeah, you're notorious in a good way. GM Ken West, yeah, he's also up there. Thanks for tuning in, James. Yeah, I appreciate that, Satrick. I'll do my best in the tourney. Anyone have any quick questions? I'm going to have to leave in a few minutes, but if anybody's got any questions, fire away. One thing I think you should do, Ben, by the way, is you should play some online chess. I know you've got a lot of requests for it. And you do great with the game analysis, but I think a lot of people would love to see you play on chess.com, Lead Chess, ICC, whatnot. I'd love to see you rage in some 1-minute games. Can you talk about theory versus own calculation? What do you mean as far as that? So you've got chess theory, you've got lines that have been previously studied, concepts that are in books, things like that, and then you've got your own calculation at the board. One thing I will say is that at the board, if you're playing like a serious tournament game or really any serious game, you got to trust yourself more than theory. I've been in situations before where I'm playing some opening. I think I kind of know the theory of the line, and I might have seen a game or two where some idea cropped up, but I'm not 100% sure. And it's very dangerous to try to apply ideas that you think are theory into positions where it may not be applicable. Okay, so that's one thing you always have to grapple with. When in doubt, go with your own instincts, because that's all you have over the board. How's the progress on becoming a GM? Well, I haven't made much progress in the past few years. So I made one GM norm back in 2013, I believe. So I need 2 more, and I need about 50 FIDE points. My FIDE rating right now is a little over 2450, so that's promising. I'll probably be at like, I don't know, 2455 after this last tournament. So trying to make some strides, but I think the thing that's really held me back is just lack of consistency in the types of tournaments I'm playing. Like these days, I play maybe 3 to 5 tournaments a year, and that's just not enough if I'm trying to go for GM. I've got a lot of other stuff going on, but I think if I'm going to make a big push, I got to play more tournaments. So I'm going to play this Charlotte tournament and then reassess, see how I feel. If I have a good result or I'm inspired, maybe I'll keep going and keep putting tournaments on the calendar. Thanks, Woofsai. I missed you in the comments. John, any tips for IRL tournaments? Get lots of sleep. Prep your openings. So before the tournament, try to go through your opening repertoire, anticipate where you might have weak spots. And might also help to work on your calculation before a tournament, just so you're mentally sharp. Do tactics trainer stuff, solve tactics from books. If you're used to online play in particular, pull out a physical set. Yeah, you know those things exist. It's not just chess with a virtual screen. And try to play out some games and tactics and study some theory on there. Because I've heard from a lot of people, actually, especially those who have pretty much played all of their chess online, that it's actually difficult to switch from the 2D board to a 3D board. I've heard this many times. Like 10 years ago, I wouldn't have even really thought about that, but I'm hearing that increasingly often. So if you're new to tournaments and you played exclusively online, try to play a bit with an actual board. Hello from MN, says Anthony. Taking students soon, says Eric, he asks. So I currently have a waiting list for students, but if you're interested, you can always email me. There's my email address on my About page. Ben asked, what is a physical set? Is that something new on the internet? Yeah, you know, it's funny, and I've heard this many times, especially from good players, but I think the amount of chess sets you own is inversely correlated with your rating and chess strength. Because every grandmaster I seem to meet, like, never has a set on them. Certainly they never have one at tournaments. And even if you go visit them at their home or something, they'll be like, you know, scrounging around for a set and just unable to find something other than, you know, some crappy plastic set that they might have pulled out once like 10 years ago. So remember that chess strength is inversely correlated to the amount of chess sets you own. Considering I have like probably 15 chess sets, that's not a good thing, but that's what I've observed. All right, guys, I got to run. So got to be somewhere in about 10 minutes. Thank you all for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Looks like we got a ton of viewers for this one. That's awesome to see. Glad I was able to interact with you guys for a little bit and play some passable chess. So I'm going to do more of these in the future. All right, guys, stay tuned. I'm going to post some classical games as well. In working on my own games, I want to play these longer time controls, and longer time controls online are like 15 minutes. Which is kind of sad. I mean, this tournament I just played in, the time control was 40 moves in 90 minutes, so an hour and a half each. And if the game is still going after 40 moves, you get an additional 30 minutes per side. And that's like an actual long game that can last, 5+ hours. Whereas with online chess, we think of long games as anything more than like 5 minutes per side. It's kind of ridiculous, but I'm going to try to play some longer games as I've been doing the past few weeks. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys, have a good week. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.